Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and we're up today with a design team haul from Surprise Creation, and I'm just going to go straight in. There's some gorgeous ones here, and I've got my ruler at the ready because, as you know, Surprise Creation are big dies. Here we go. First up is that sort of like whole dot edge star. Isn't that gorgeous? So I've got my hands full here. I'm going to try and squeeze it all in. Maybe move it around at an angle. But I'm going to measure that point to point. Let's go across here. And we are at 8 inches. So that is an 8-inch star. Ooh, let's go along that bit. Yep, we are at 8 inches. Isn't that gorgeous? You can make all sorts of Christmas ornaments with that. Even your felt, you've got the holes there so that you can just do a little bit of blanket stitch around the edge and make some really pretty felt stars for the tree. And then next up, we've got a lacy edge oval, which is really pretty. And that is 8 inches. And then we have a lacy edge circle, and that one is, let's have a look, 7 1/4 inches. And then we have a stitch star, which is fabulous. I mean, you can do banners and all sorts of things, and origami stuff with things like that. Love them. And then we have a rectangle, which has got a lacy edge. So I'm going to measure that. That is 8 inches by 6 1/2 inches. So that's what we've got so far. And then we have the lacy edge square, and we are looking at 7 1/4 inches. Make sure it is a square, and 7 1/4 inches. Isn't that lovely? Love that. And then we have, whoops, let's get this out. We've got a straight edge star, which is going to do embossing on the edges there. So if you cut that in heavy cardstock or foil cardstock, you're going to get a lovely edge to your star. And I'm going in at the cut lines. And the cut line to the cut line is 8 inches. And then on the outside, as you can see, it's 8 1/2 inches. Really lovely. It's going to leave a really nice embossed aperture as well, once you've taken your die cut piece out. And then next up, we have huge buttons. How gorgeous are those? Get the hands on there. They're lovely. Now, I don't know if these are designed by Surprise Creation or Nicole. There isn't a message on them, so I think they're Surprise Creation. But these are gorgeous. And look at the size of that. I mean, things like this are just great for doing home decor where you want to, you know, cut a huge burlap button and do some really rustic jute twine stitching through it and stick it on a pillow, or use it as a tie back on a curtain, or just wrap it around a plant pot, you know, and just have your gigantic button on there. 3 inches. And then if I go across the widest part of the heart there, 3 inches. And then if we step down, it's 2 inches. Come back down again, 1 1/2 inches, all the way down to 1 inch. So we're going 1 inch, 1 1/2 inches, 2 inches, and I've forgotten how big that one was already. There you go, 3 inches. And then on the little one, you've got 1/2 inch. They're just so sweet. You can imagine them all stacked up together and just tied and layered up. Just really, really pretty. And so nice to have the heart-shaped one. Really lovely. Oh, yes, like those. And then we have buttons again, but this time with the stitch. And they are exactly the same size, but you've got the choice there of a plain or of a stitch heart. Just really, really cute. I just absolutely love those. You can make a mini album as well, couldn't you? And just have a little bit of stitching or a little bow going on there. And next up, my design, and it's a little doily, and it's just got a lot of stitching, so it's going to emboss really deeply into heavy cardstock or foil, just to make a nice background for you to put other things on, or put a stamp or a sentiment in the middle. And the measurement on that is 4 inches. So that's how big that little doily is. And then next up, my design, and it is Christmas ornaments, and these layer up. So you can like cut your background in red and cut your tops in white, and you've got sort of like candy stripes or whatever. You've got little dots that you can place back in. You've got different shape hangers, and that's my dog starting to bark, so you'll have to forgive. Might be the mailman. And if I go up there, we are at 2.5 inches, and then on the circle we are at 1.5 inches, and then yeah, that's that one, and it should be the same size, 1.5 inches. And then these pieces will just glue on separately. But it's Friday, and I am going to be up on Monday with projects from this haul, and it's going to be quite interesting to see what I can come up with giant buttons, because I've never used giant buttons before, but I just think they're just going to look nice individually stitched through or something. And if I can find my felt, because I've been trying to tidy up and organise, and you know what that's like when you start doing that. Unless I've put a label on the box, I don't know where anything is. So tidying up is, you know, not a good thing for me sometimes. But I was also sent from Surprise Creation this little Pokey tool and tweezer set. So I'm just going to open this and have a look inside. Let's get my hand in there. Right, so I'm bending on them, and they are really nice quality. They're really thick. So if you need pokey tools for getting your stuff out, those are really nice. So that was very nice of her. And I've never ever owned a pair of crafting tweezers, so I'm just going to open these. I know I use a pickup tool or I use my fingers, but I'm well aware there are times when I would rather just sort of like grip something and be able to hold it firmly while I'm applying some glue, rather than just flipping it over and picking it up with my fingers as you do. So that's a really nice pair of tweezers. So I do thank her very much for those. That was very kind. Right, so as I said, Friday, I'm going to be up with projects from this lot on Monday. Have an absolutely awesome weekend. As usual, all links below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.